here this evening. It's also being live streamed and it will be recorded as well, so everybody can see their pitches after the fact. So just want to say that you know, we run various workshops. We had a pitch workshop actually last month. In January, we're going to have a workshop to help you build your investor deck. In February, we're having one about defining the customer, because what do you need? You need customers to run your business. And then in March, we have a panel of people. It's called Find Your Funds. So I highly recommend that you all come. You'll be all on our mailing list so you can see where the various events are. Of course, our website is ri-business.com. The competition is going to start opening in January for those of you who are interested in applying. And it closes towards the end of March. It's all on the website. So we encourage you to participate. We offer over $150,000 in cash and prizes, and the prizes include in-kind services like accounting, legal, co-working space, etc. It's free to apply, and you don't have to pitch or do any, you don't even have to come to the workshops to apply for the competition. So what I'd like to do now is introduce our co-chair, Anthony Mangiarelli. He is a partner at KLR, and he's going to explain to you how tonight's going to run. So thank you.
Does that one work? Good. Oh, yeah, we got two tonight. Thank you, Beth. Just want to, and here's Brenda now with the money. So we're good. We can actually have the competition. So just want to welcome everyone this evening to the 17th annual elevator pitch contest. As Beth said, my name is Anthony Mangiarelli. I'm a CPA and partner at KLR. And more importantly, I'm the co-chair of the Rhode Island Business Competition. And we are hosting tonight's event. My co-chair, Peggy Farrell, who is a partner at 𝐋𝐄𝐀𝐑𝐍, I believe is listening online. So welcome, Peggy. And it's important to note that the contest and the entire Rhode Island Business Competition happens because of the strong support we receive from our sponsors. This wide array of sponsors not only provide funding to run the competition, but they also allow us to offer over $150,000 in cash and prizes to the winner and finalists. I truly appreciate those sponsors that have already committed for 2022, and I hope the rest of you, if you're listening, will continue to support us as well. So important to note, because we get this question a lot, participation in tonight's elevator pitch contest is independent of the Rhode Island Business Competition. So many good business ideas will actually be pitched tonight. And while we encourage everyone to consider applying to the 2023 competition, participating tonight is separate from actually entering the competition. And for those that are entering the competition, the application portal will open on January 9th. And as always, it's free to apply. I'd like to welcome our judges this evening, our esteemed panel of judges immediately to my left. We have Brian Sparrow, the president and CEO of Beacon Mutual Insurance Company. So we thank Brian for being here this evening and being a loyal sponsor of the competition. Next to Brian is Alex Perry, who's the VP Small Business Banking over at Bank of America, and another great sponsor of the competition, as well as Doris Blanchard, who's a director in the small business programs over at Commerce RI. So we welcome Doris. And we work with Commerce RI a lot in the emerging business world, as a lot of our applicants come through the program and work with Commerce to get funding and other programs. So now that we've taken care of all that, let's talk about the fun part. How's tonight going to proceed? So when I call your name, each participant will stand right here on the blue X. There's a blue X. I will hand you a microphone, and you will have 90 seconds to speak. And you will be given warnings when you have 30 and 10 seconds remaining. And you do such a great job. You should be on a game show, Beth. Put them up high. I don't want to have to use the gong, but I've had to wrestle the microphone away from people in the past. So once your time is up, please wrap up your sentence and hand the microphone over. And it would be embarrassing to have to gong you, but we do have a gong for those that continue to disregard the buzzer. Once you're done presenting, the judges will give their feedback, and they're going to talk about the clarity and the persuasiveness of the presentation. I want to remind you that while the presenters want to respond back to the judges, and that's only natural, and you want to talk back about their comments, Unfortunately, we don't have time this evening to go back and forth because we have a lot of presenters. We do encourage you to reach out to the judges after the fact if there's anything you want clarity on, and we hope the judges will make themselves available. And it is better to take that time and actually listen to what the judges say, because they've seen a lot of pitches over the years. They've seen a lot of businesses over the years. Their feedback will be extremely vital. And the judges are not necessarily evaluating the worthiness of the business model or the idea. They're really looking at how effective the pitch is. So just keep that in mind. And once we get through all of the presenters, we're going to take a 10 to 15-minute break, and the judges will tally their scores. And then we'll come back and we will announce the winners. So at the end of the evening, there's going to be 3 cash prizes totaling $1,000 that will be awarded to the best presenters. While I was going to call all of the presenters alphabetically in your booklet, we have a couple changes. So please bear with us as we have a couple scheduling issues that we're accommodating for. So does anybody have any questions? No questions. Perfect. Beth, are you ready to hold up your charts? Okay, well, I guess that makes me Pat Sajak. It's scary, 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 scary. So our first presenter this evening is 𝐋𝐄𝐀𝐑𝐍. So I'd ask the gentleman to come up, and I'll hand you the microphone. Actually, we'll just do one tonight. I don't think we need to. I made a mistake.
So before I begin, I'd just like to make an announcement. So on the booklet, it says as immersive campus simulator instead of 𝐋𝐄𝐀𝐑𝐍. So I had to communicate with the organizing team about it. So they are kind enough to put me first. So please refer to immersive campus simulator on your booklet. So thank you very much. All right. All right. Good evening. I'm Dollar, the founder of 𝐋𝐄𝐀𝐑𝐍. And here at 𝐋𝐄𝐀𝐑𝐶, we help students applying to colleges make more informed decisions through an immersive experience where students could play a role of a real college students from year 1 all the way to graduation, making decisions about academics, social life, and careers. So 5 years ago, when I myself was a high school senior going through the process, I visited campus tours, I went on info sessions, I heard a lot of great resources campus offers, but I couldn't translate that into my own college experience. And that is just not just me, that was shared by a lot of my peers having the same problem. And I soon realized the only way to solve this is to live through it. And let's take a minute to think about it. College education is expensive, not to mention that it is also an important life decision. And we have trials when we buy cars and clothes, but why can't we have a trial for our own college education? That became the message for 𝐋𝐄𝐀𝐑𝐶. We wanted to create this safe space where students could create their own profiles, experiment with different pathways, different lifestyles, and in this fictional and virtual setting. And we have tested the concept with Vassar College and with a graduate program at Brown University, and we are looking to expand. Thank you.
You can stay right here. So it's always tough to go first. So great job. And so just so everybody sees how we're going to do it now, we're going to turn it over to the judges to give some feedback.
A great presentation. Substantively, might have been good to talk a little bit about the financial aspect of the program. Nice idea. Yes, and that was definitely one of the ones I was waiting for, the financial impact. And I know you eventually got to it, but maybe off of that a little bit. What the actual problem was, you got to it eventually on there, and I definitely can see the problem, and I see where you're going with that. So let's see.
Yeah, it was a good presentation. maybe I would like to know about more like what is your market? What is it?
Great, thank you. So I've been informed, judges, we need you to push the button when you speak so that the rest of the room can hear you loud and clear. The buttons, just to make sure.
Can you hear now?
What about me?
Uh,
Yes? Okay.
good. All right. So moving on, we have ADD Sporting Solutions, and because I'm an accountant, I see that as add.
Hello, my name is Andrew Christensen. I'm a master's student at Brown University presenting for Ad Sporting Solutions. Every year, millions upon millions of runners will injure themselves due to overstride. Overstride is when your plant foot lands in front of your center of mass, creating more force along your leg, which will result into a higher risk of injury over time. Right now, the best way to correct your overstride is to spend about 6 weeks in a professional level running lab, going through motion capture tests, instrumented treadmills, force plates, the whole lights, camera action. It's a mess. Nobody wants to go through that. So a group of researchers at Harvard developed a system that utilizes a small, lightweight, wearable sensor that can be attached to the outside of your leg via compression sleeve. Coupled with their patented overstride detection technology, runners are able to visualize their stride in real time. Now, we know runners love their wearables, they love their Fitbits, but the wearable industry doesn't address the motion that's going on with their legs, which is most important. With a small amount of funding, our company plans to develop an instrumented sensor system that is inexpensive, that will be coupled with an application that allows runners to see their stride in real time and provide them with feedback to correct their stride, which will improve their performance and reduce their risk to injury. So let's take laboratory level biomechanic evaluations to the masses and take this technology to the finish line. Thank you.
Clear, concise. There we go. Clear, concise, and nailed the time right on. Very good.
Great idea. I'm a runner myself, so I appreciate the thing there. And I like the fact I generally get a little distracted with, the movement stuff like that, but it actually worked for you in this case. So appreciate it.
Yeah, I will have to agree. I like the description that you provided about the product. Maybe just a little bit again of some projections, but other than that, it was a good presentation. Thanks.
Thank you. Yes, I too am a runner. If you can fix my knee, be grateful. Called old age. So next up we have bit breadth.
Hi, I'm Vignesh. I'm from URI, pursuing my doctoral education. I'm here to present our work about bit breadth. So first, to start off, the problem we're trying to solve is that of panic disorders. Over 1 out of 10 Americans every year suffer from panic attacks. Sometimes panic attacks can affect the same person 5 times a day, with attacks ranging from 20 to 30 minutes. Panic disorders mainly panic attacks can start without any warning and can be, panic attacks can be starting without any warnings and cause various bodily effects such as elevated heart rate, shallow and rapid breathing, and nausea symptoms. So individuals with these conditions are often prescribed by their therapist to perform deep breathing exercises and relaxation and mindfulness relaxation. but largely they're not able to put that into practice in middle of a panic attack without extensive training. So in this case, we propose BitBreath, which would integrate with the user's existing clothing, such as t-shirts or tops, and provide relaxatory breathing cues by monitoring their breathing, heart rate, and gut activity. Through my doctoral research, I aim to evaluate this technology and identify suitable form factors. Thank you.
Mic is tougher to use. No, great idea, I would say, and you know, I don't know, you didn't really address whether there's anything else out there on the market, so that would be one thing that would be good to hear about.
Yeah, great idea. I love the passion behind, you know, the mission there. Would like to hear, like Brian was saying, a little bit more about what's out there, what competes to it, and how you're going to differentiate yourself.
Okay, can you hear me? I think next time I'm gonna go first because they already defined exactly what I wanted to say. But you know, maybe summarizing a little bit more your idea, and you know, I mean, it is a very competitive market, but good presentation. Thank you.
I have an extra microphone over here. If you want a third one. You good? Thanks. So next up, not in the program, but in my alphabetical order, is Blue Chips. Blue Chips. I mean, I can pitch it. I don't know what it is. I could make something up. Okay. All right. Well, moving along, we will go with Chariot Street Trolley. Do we have Chariot Street Trolley? Say that 3 times fast.
I just ran 2 blocks here, so I'm still catching my breath and I'm nervous. I'm not a natural presenter either, so. Oh, yes. So I'll keep it real simple. I want to make light train cars for public transit, kind of a bus on existing rail lines. There's plenty of them lying around Rhode Island. Used to have a rich train history. We don't have any subway. We have few options besides the bus and bike. We need more public transit. The city in Providence County has swelled to 650,000 in the last 5 to 10 years. And almost 15 to 20% of them don't use a car or don't have a car. It's almost 30,000 people or more. So the customer base would be commuters and students and anyone that doesn't have a car or would prefer not to use a car, not sit in traffic. RIPTA operates about 3,000 daily trips on their buses. So I think there's a market there established. They average a $2 to $3 fare, but that's subsidized by the state. I think we could do a little more. And the first line I think would be easiest to do on the railroad tracks in the middle of East Pawtucket, Darlington. And it would run from Central Falls or Attleboro through Darlington, Rumford into East Providence and the waterfront there. And I hope that would generate enough interest and funding from the city and state to rebuild the East Side Tunnel, which runs from roughly Gano Street to Benefit Street and connected to downtown. Rebuild that infrastructure, connect the two over the Crook Point Bridge, which has been sticking up for 30 years. And I think we'll go from there.
Good idea. There's no question that we need more public transportation, but I would like to see a little bit more about how you're thinking to implement or, some data on, to manage that project. Very ambitious though, but thank you.
Yeah, some great information there. Some feedback. I mean, you started off saying you're not a presenter, but you're talking about your passion. I wouldn't be able to tell. So, confidence and tell your story.
Yeah, I agree. Just the fact that you don't do a lot of public speaking shouldn't matter. It's a good idea and presented well. Thanks.
Doris, I saw what you did there. You went first. So next up is City Scopes. City Scopes. Am I pronouncing it proper? CITISKOPES. City Scopes. Okay. All right. So I would ask the judges to note that we're moving on to families, homelessness. Families, homelessness. Okay. We will skip them as well. We will move on to, and if anyone comes in, we can add them at the end. I know there's some traffic. How about Fierce Moda? Fierce Moda? You're not Fierce Moda? You're waving me off. You're saying, no, that's not me. Okay. How about Fur Fighters? Fur Fighters. Fur Fighters? Out here? No. Okay. No. Yeah, I okay. You want to pitch it? Okay, moving on to 𝐋𝐿. 𝐋𝐿. Does anybody want to pitch? You're going to make me pitch tonight, aren't you? Okay, how about Go Neighbor? Go Neighbor. Do I have the right list? Beth, am I being like punked here? Is there cameras or something? Okay, how about immersive campus life simulation? And he already pitched. Okay. See, you're testing me. Okay, so now I have a note here. Inter-I has a replacement. Yes. Okay, we got one. You get about 10 minutes to pitch to make a both side.
Hello. Okay, I'm just checking. Okay. Should I just start? Okay. Hi, my name is Yashvi. I'm currently a master's student at Brown University and a co-founder of Inter-I Therapeutics. I'm here today to talk to you guys about an eye disease called uveitis. Uveitis refers to an autoimmune inflammatory eye disease where your own body's immune system attacks your eyes. Uveitis is an incurable and chronic disease, and it's the fourth leading cause of blindness in the world. Symptoms include red eyes, blurry vision, pain, and floating eye spots, and current treatments include controlling the inflammation of the eye through steroid eye drops and injections. And these treatments actually don't really work that well, and they can cause serious side effects, including other types of eye disease, unfortunately. Through Inter-I Therapeutics, we're working on creating a treatment for uveitis that's more effective and much safer. And our novel patented therapeutic treatment targets the immune system, which works to eliminate the inflammation in the eye. It has been patented by our collaborators at NIH, or the National Institute of Health, in 2018, and has shown great success in preclinical studies. So what's the market? So the global market for uveitis is around $500 million, and it's expected to reach around $800 million in 2028. We hope that you join us in our endeavor to help millions of patients around the world with a new treatment and a new standard of care, and lead us to a brighter, clearer future. Thank you.
Okay, I'm officially first now. Um, very good presentation. I think you put it all together. Of course, it will be a huge investment, but I think that you have all the information that is required to make it very successful. Thank you.
I agree. Great job. I think my biggest takeaway is I knew within 20 seconds what the issue was, and you made sure that even the layperson could understand exactly what it is. So good job.
Also, great explanation of the financial potential, which I think is important. And like others have said, a great pitch.
Great, thank you. Okay, so moving on, we have Lifeline. All right, 2 in a row. Look at that.
Good evening. My name is Alexander, and my team and I are here because we believe that having healthcare data digitally and more accessible will help save lives. We plan to do this with Lifeline. Now imagine you get a late phone call about a loved one and it's not good, and you go to the hospital and they're unconscious, and you're being asked 1,000 questions which you have no answer because you don't know their information. Certain illnesses make it difficult for people to be their own caretaker because they just don't remember things. For example, there's Alzheimer's, which infects 6.5 million people every year, which is tragic. And they need caretakers, and they don't have caretakers sometimes. And if they do have caretakers, they miss records. For this, we're building Lifeline, which holds all the information in one secure spot, and it's a software product. And we will have everything that we need in one thing, and it will allow doctors to be able to tap into everything they need securely through facial recognition. Our team is filled with a bunch of students who are determined to get the job done. We have background in security and software product and computer science. Therefore, we have the determination and knowledge to get everything done. There are 15 million primary caretakers in the US, which leads to 15 million customers. With a proposed price of $100 per month, we project an $18 billion total addressable US market. Thank you so much for your time and consideration. Have a good night.
So I will tell you that as somebody that has had to take care of 2 elderly parents, both of whom had dementia, it's a great idea. It's a really good idea.
Yeah, great job explaining, the need for it. Appreciate that. We'd like to hear a little bit more about what's out there for competitors. I know a lot of hospital groups have their own, similar systems. So I'd like to see how yours would compare and be better ultimately.
Yeah, I like your presentation, but maybe a little more clarity on how is it an app, or how do you, reach out, or is it going to be through doctor's office? I wasn't just too clear about the product itself. Thanks.
Thank you. So we are moving from Lifeline to Lux Brain Therapeutics. All right. I think the first page was just fake. Mic's on, right? You want me to yell? I talk soft.
Should I tell you when I'm ready, or? Okay. Brain cancer. This is scary. One of the scariest diagnoses that anyone could have ever received. Current treatment for brain cancer patients are invasive, expensive, and not effective. Even when there are chemotherapy and drug molecules available to help these patients, they are not effective because they cannot cross the blood-brain barrier. The blood-brain barrier protects the brain from invading pathogens attacking the brain, but also prevents drug molecules from getting into the brain. And for this reason, it is extremely difficult to find an effective treatment for brain diseases. Lux Brain Therapeutics can offer a solution. We have a patent technology from Brown University that can deliver drug molecules into the brain across the barrier with the help of light. First, we sensitize the cells to react to light. Second, with the switch from blue to red light, we can deliver the drugs into the brain almost immediately. This gives us an exact control of both in time and location of when we want to open the barrier to deliver drugs into the brain. The market we're working with is expected to reach $7.4 billion by 2028. Our technology can deliver drugs for brain cancer, but many other neurological diseases like Alzheimer's. I'm Nancy Tran from Brown University Biotechnology Program, and I hope you can join me in crossing the barrier together. Thank you.
Great presentation. In terms of how you bring it forward and execution, would have liked to hear a little bit about that, but problem was clearly defined and the potential was, I think, defined well as well.
Yeah, I second that. Great presentation. I like how you brought everything back. You strong opening and you finished strong on that. I appreciate it.
The same great presentation. I would like to hear a little more about some results, if any research done or any type of testing prototype. So, but thank you.
Thank you. I really like this night because I always learn things, and the blood-brain barrier, that's pretty cool. Moving on to move.
2 years ago, my grandfather Charles underwent a stem cell transplant. He went from a 200-pound man who was fun-loving, loved to work in his yard and go on fishing trips, to a 100-pound man who barely had the strength to get out of his chair. As his strength began to grow, I watched him, along with my grandmother, struggle with the ability to efficiently get around their home. A wheelchair is too wide to get around corners and through doorways, and you can forget about stairs. An electric wheelchair experiences all those problems twofold. And a four-leg walker would be great if he could walk well, but he just can't. According to the CDC, there are 32 million other Americans who struggle with mobility impairments, just like my grandfather. As I'm sitting in their home thinking about all of this, I look out the window. I see a child riding down the street on a hoverboard. I can't help but think to myself, there's got to be a better solution here. The world of everything electric has skyrocketed over the past decade, but solutions for mobility impairment are bulky, expensive, and hard to access. We are proposing a small-scale electric solution to meet this demand in the market with a focus on mobility inside the home. As a team of students soon to be graduating from the Rhode Island School of Design, our team has experience in collaborating with MIT engineers, designing consumer products, electrical engineering, and most importantly, the drive to make a change. Please join us in our endeavor in making accessibility in the home more accessible. Thank you.
Excellent pace. I appreciate that. Very clearly defined. I think we all could relate, to the issue of the problem that you stated. So great job with that. We'd like to hear a little bit more about how it compares to what's on. I know you told about some of the downfalls of ones out there, but if there's anything else out there that's trying to do what you're doing.
Also, again, it would have been good to hear just a little bit about the financial prospects for this project, but I would definitely agree that it's something that is needed.
Yeah, I think there is no question there is a high demand for that. Maybe you are not have developed yet the products, but maybe a little more of a description in about the products. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, we have 𝐋𝐄𝐀𝐑𝐍.
Hi, do you know 1 out of 10 baby in the US born premature? Premature baby goes through major clinical challenges like respiration, breathing, and extra things. So this kind of baby actually goes through medical challenges, and right now they're the clinic. Sorry. Okay. Hello everyone. Sorry, I can from the start. Okay. Hello everyone. 1 out of 10 in the US baby born premature, and they go through major medical challenges. And this kind of baby, my bad. Sorry, I think I should stop. Okay. Well, 1 out of 10 baby born premature in the US, and they go through major medical challenges like respirations and breathings. And this kind of baby demands a major clinic things so that they can. Sorry, I think there's some problems. Yeah, sorry. I need to just wait. Yeah. So here actually we bring 𝐋𝐄𝐀𝐑𝐍. 𝐋𝐄𝐀𝐑𝐍 can solve there's no wires. So it's a wireless solution that can sense the respiration and everything. So our system right now, our team got a federal grant to develop the system, and that can sense the major vital signs wirelessly. And we in the market size right now, there's around 6,000 hospitals and 23,000 𝐋𝐄 setups in the US. So these are the things. Yeah. Thank you. Sorry.
No, that's okay. And again, so lots of us understand how difficult public speaking can be when it's not something you do for a living. So actually in an environment other than one where you have 90 seconds, stepping back, catching a breath, and moving on is always a good idea. But great idea. Anything we can improve to improve neonatal care is, I think, a great idea. So good luck. Thank you.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think everybody, you all have a passion for what you're doing. You do this daily. You're thinking about it all the time. Just tell us the story. Tell us about it. We're so interested in hearing about it, and just take a deep breath and go from there.
I agree. And I think that you show the product, so you already know about the product, and sometimes we tend to memorize what we're going to say. So you just feel comfortable and tell us about the product, just like that. So next, practice, and, feel free to reach out, we'll be happy to connect you, I'm sure. But, keep telling your story. Thank you.
Love that advice. Keep telling your story. Just keep telling your story till someone identifies with it. And that's the mark of an entrepreneur. You just got to keep going. And we're going to keep going into Packet. Packet.
Hello, everyone. My name is Parker Bloater, and I'm a senior at the University of Rhode Island, and I'm here to talk to you today about the mobility app Packet. So there's many ways that you can run into an injury in the gym, whether it be you accidentally tear or pinch a muscle and ends up making you stop not being able to work out anymore. So by the end of it,
I mean, it actually happened to me, and I ended up dislocating my shoulder and tearing every single muscle, tendon, ligament, all the way down from my neck to my elbow. So it's crazy. I mean, when you're out there and you can't do anything with it, I mean, it's terrible. Sorry, give me a second. It's terrible. And this makes me think to myself, like, come on now. I had to go through physical therapy and all these other harsh things. And when it happened to me at first, I mean, I thought to myself, there must be other ways that like you can go to prevent these things. So we came up with the idea of Packet, and it's a mobility app where you are able to, people who experience these kinds of things and had struggle going to like physical therapy and all these other things, that are able to find mobility and other forms to like help themselves, like not be able to like struggle and find themselves able to like deal with their injuries. So, thank you.
Thank you. I think you described what is the issue, what is the problem. But I would like to hear more about the solution, how you're going to be implementing, whether it's I believe you mentioned some type of application, but a little more description on that. Thanks.
Yeah, great. So great job, telling about the problem, what the issue was. We'd love to hear a little bit about how you created it and what exactly the competitors could be in the market that you just have to, work against. So.
And also, but basically how you bring it from what you developed into the market. How do you execute on getting it out there for people to use? But thank you.
Thank you. I will, from somebody who broke that collarbone this year because I can't run straight. I agree. Coming up next is Plugged In. Plugged In. Plugged In is not plugged in. So we will move to Ramhead Sports. Ramhead Sports. Here we go.
Hi, I'm John Lopes,
And I'm Dalen Lopes.
and we are Ramhead Sports, your sports protection apparel company. In 2019, we started this company after my son suffered a concussion playing basketball. He decided not to play football that year and focus on basketball. He collided with a player. He ended up suffering a concussion, fracturing his skull, damage in his ear canal. And as we went through the 4-month recovery phase, all he wanted to know was, when can he play basketball again? And I told him, we have to protect yourself because we were lucky, according to the Brown neurologist. So we started looking at padded headbands that he can wear. He said, this looks odd. I can't wear it. They're going to make fun of me. So he said, how come I can't make my own? And that day, Ramhead Sports was born. We designed our own padded, unique headband to help reduce the force of an impact. We also designed knee pads, elbow pad, and protective football and basketball undergarment to protect other players. Our focus is to be able to build a brand to protect players and get them back on the court or on the field after an injury or prevent the injury from happening. Welcome to Ramhead. Protect your game.
So good pitch, and obviously the problem was clearly defined. Would have liked to hear just a little bit more about what the actual product looks like, or,
Great job, John. Somebody that played basketball the whole life, a lot of people don't understand, it's not one of the sports that you think of when it comes to concussions. You usually think of other ones. But great job with that. I know with basketball, a lot of it is aesthetics, what shoes you're wearing, the headbands, things like that. So I love how you're catering towards that need in the industry. Like to see if there's anything else out there that you're competing against. I don't know of anything, but I would love to hear if there was anything.
Thank you. And thanks for wearing the t-shirt. So you have some branding there. Good job in the presentation. Thank you.
Up next, we have recycle and roll. Recycle and roll. No recycle and roll. Okay, now we're going to move to responsible cannabis use. Is there no responsible cannabis use? Okay. Must have not been responsible. Revision surgery screwdriver. All right. Revision surgery screwdriver.
Hello, I'm Aditya from 𝐋𝐄𝐀𝐑𝐍, and we arm, orthopedic surgeons with biomedical devices that aim in simplifying the surgical outcomes. And so over 1.5 million spine fusion surgeries are performed in US alone, out of which 30% of these patients undergo revision surgery, right? That is around 8,000 cases per week. So what exactly is this revision surgery? So the main aim here is to remove the spine screw that has been placed by the surgeon. And there are hundreds of different types of spine screw that is available in the market, right? So the problem here arises when you need to find the tool in order to remove the screw. So in the OR right now, the surgeon ends up bringing mountains of tools, and in order to sterilize this mountains of tools, you need a lot of money, right? Thousands of dollars per case. So what is the solution? So we come up with a novel class 1 type instrument that replaces this mountains of tools to a single use. And in order to, it's very simple, wherein you can just use a friction and force in order to remove the screw, and it's universal. So thank you.
Great job with the presentation. It's something that I knew nothing about. It was great to hear, what the changes that you can make with hundreds of different tools replaced with one. I think anytime you can do that, it's a win in my book. So good job.
It made me a little painful in my back, but but I think that, your ideas are great. Maybe just trying to summarize and focus on what the next steps of your idea will be. Thank you.
Up next, we have Rapso Relief Sleeves by Rapso Biosystems.
$58 million Americans, that's 1 in 4 adults, suffer from arthritis. And arthritis patients are tired of popping pills or applying slippery, gunky ointments that just stop working after a while. I am Rudra from Rapso Biosystems, and our product, Rapso Relief Sleeves, are here to change the way arthritis patients deal with their pain. We use a patented smart fiber technology that's developed at Brown University, wherein a medicine is actually woven into a sleeve. Not only do our sleeves provide comfortable compression, they also release a medication so that you get the best of both worlds. Imagine your granny calls you in pain because she forgot to take her arthritis medicine. Well, with us, all she has to do is put on a comfortable sleeve that releases a corticosteroid on her skin for weeks and months, and bam, she's pain-free. So today, with your help, we want to finish our product development and testing and reach out to a market that's worth $3.1 billion and growing rapidly. Our product also has the potential to save and help a lot of other people in different kinds of pain. So come join us in weaving a pain-free future with Rapso Biosystems and Rapso Relief Sleeves. Thank you.
No, very nice job. Obviously, the problem was well-defined and, the potential, financial potential also was there. The one question that I did have would be, what else is out there like this on the market? Great idea, though.
Yeah, that would be the only question I had also. But I like how you were able to bring it back to everybody. We could all, understand where you're coming from, the problem. And I think, 1 out of 4 people, right? So good job.
Yeah, good presentation. Also, I would like to hear about, other similar products or who is your competition? And are you doing any kind of testing? That's it. Thanks.
Thank you. So next up is Striking Beauties Boxing and Fitness.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Dina Paolino, and I am the founder and CEO of Striking Beauties Boxing and Fitness Gym. I opened the first Striking Beauties back in 2009, and it was the first female boxing gym where we had professional and amateur boxers that were teaching women the authentic way to box. Some of our members wanted to go on and compete, and others just were doing it for fitness. Over the years, the gym population grew, and then, of course, we hit the pandemic. But Striking Beauty survived those years, and we continued to grow. We trademarked our name. We developed a female boxing glove. And now we are at the point where we are going to begin franchising across the world. Nationally, we'll start. Our first corporate gym will be in Rhode Island, and then we'll continue franchising throughout the country. What's interesting is that what began as a boxing gym became so much more. A recent McKinsey report showed that in post-pandemic America, over 40% of people have anxiety. We are looking to grow our gym and franchise across the country and equip women and girls with the power to beat out their anxiety.
Great idea. And it seems like you're fairly far along in your execution. It would have been, since you're that far along, good to hear some more about what the financial prospects of this are. But, good idea.
Yeah, so no, great job. I love the niche that you're serving here. We'd like to hear a little bit more. I know you said about franchising. How you're going to be able to keep going with the passion on there, having people in place to run those other locations, and how you're going to sort of source that type of team. I would like to hear a little bit like that.
Yeah, pretty much the same. And maybe how are you going to be expanding in the state and other states, and what is it going to be like, a membership, or, and what is your market share? Thank you.
Next up, we have the Lap Snap. We have props.
They say to truly know someone, you have to walk a mile in their shoes. But have you ever rolled a mile in someone else's wheelchair? Hi, I'm 𝐿𝐻𝐂𝐑𝐍. I'm an engineer experienced in the field of product design for disabled populations, and I started 𝐋𝐄𝐀𝐑𝐍, a product design firm for people with disabilities. Once you learn that there are 6 million Americans who use a wheelchair, you might be shocked by how inaccessible lots of everyday tasks can be. Take grocery shopping. Electric shopping carts don't work for full-time wheelchair users, and balancing a plastic handbasket on your lap makes it easy for your groceries to fall off. Enter the Lap Snap, the world's only shopping basket designed with and for wheelchair users. It's a patent-pending collapsible carry-all with a versatile strap that allows you to carry items hands-free, kind of like a giant fanny pack. With the Lap Snap, we help wheelchair users increase their independence by enabling them to do more tasks by themselves. Forbes projects that in 2 years, the total market for assistive devices will be $26 billion. And at 26% of the population, the disability community is the largest minority in the world. And it's the only one that you can join at any time. Thank you.
Seems to me you did a great job on all of the categories. Again, the one thing that I would have liked to hear more about is, what are your competitors out there?
Yeah, I'm gonna echo Brian on that. I think you checked all the boxes on the presentation. Good job covering all that. I love the visual presentation, of course, there. And I appreciate the fact that you were able to dial back the numbers of what the financial impact would be. Good job.
Next up, we have Venture Nation. Venture Nation. Beth, I think you threw some names on here to mess with me. Just saying. How about Very Sup? Very Sup. There we go.
Hi, my name is Taylor Espesi, and I'm an undergraduate student at University of Rhode Island, and I'm part of the team that has brought Veris up. So the supplement industry, the dietary supplement industry, is a $53 billion market, and it's largely unregulated. So the FDA requires that supplement manufacturers have nutrition facts on the back of their supplement products. And basically those just say roughly what's in it. But what manufacturers do is they include something called a proprietary blend, which essentially is a blend of just randomly brought together ingredients. And there's no real way of knowing the doses that are actually in the product, or whether or not they're actually what they're being represented as, or if they're even efficacious. So Verisup aims to change that by partnering with a string of independent labs throughout Rhode Island. So essentially what we do is we'd partner with these laboratories, and we'd offer a seal of approval on supplement products to ensure that consumers know that the product they're buying has the correct amount of ingredients and the doses are such to where they're safe, but also efficacious for the user. Thank you for your time.
Again, great idea. It seems like something somebody would have already done, but so that's one thing I'd like to know about, but a wonderful idea.
That's definitely a hot topic in the fitness and area, being able to hide those products in there. So obvious issue there, especially people getting more health conscious by the day. I'd like to hear a little bit more about how you're going to deliver it to the consumers, and then maybe how you're going to be earning some money on it. It's going to be a subscription model, however you're going to be doing it. I'd like to hear a little bit more about that.
Yeah, the same, a little bit more about, the product is an app, is what kind of service and how you're going to be executing your idea. Thank you.
How about wingspans? No, wingspans is a no. Okay, got it. Okay, thanks, Beth. World Rue Learning Lab.
When I became a mother, I realized that there were very few books that represented my multicultural child. I actually stacked up all the books in his room and found that out of 50 books in our house, I had only one that represented a diverse main character. I then realized there was a bigger problem across most children's products. They lack diversity. So I decided to use my 15 years of experience as an award-winning tech and diversity leader to create World Rue Learning Lab. World Rue Learning Lab is an interactive app, subscription-based app for kids ages 3 to 6. It features diverse characters who guide kids to explore original stories, animated videos, and key content around STEM, coding, and global languages. We already have revenue and $15,000 in revenue and a customer base ready to go as we launch in a couple weeks. And we know that this market is going to be very big. The leader in this space is worth $3 billion. What our app offers against our competitors is better user design. It's much more intuitive and simple. We also have a strong focus on diversity, and we're more affordable than the leading groups. At World Rue, we know that we can build a more inclusive and better world, and we're seeking $1 million in funding to reach 100,000 users in the next 2 years. My name is Nishit Roy Pope, founder of World Rue, and I hope you'll join me in building a better world. Thank you.
That was excellent. Thank you.
You just made me feel a lot better because I thought I was the only one with a son with 50 books stacked in their room. So I appreciate you saying that. Great job. Very clear, defined. I love how you already have, a lot of information in where you're looking to go, what you're fundraising. Great job.
Very good job. I like how you share your story and what it made you to develop that product. Thank you.
Your VC. Your VC. All right.
Okay. Hi guys, my name is Nini and I'm currently a junior in URI. So what is the one common thing that people usually have to figure out after they get up with their PJs and get dressed for the days? So according to a study, roughly 61% of Americans admit to have trouble to find anything to wear despite that they have a wardrobe of clothes. So our team came up with the idea of developing Your VC, an app that allows you to import all your clothes and help you manage your wardrobe. To help you to manage your wardrobe, the app also have an open market where people can sell and buy clothes from the users. Not only that, our app also have the advantages of recycling. Our app also have the advantage of recycling. Also have the advantage of recycling, convenience, and Sorry, guys.
Oh, good job. Yeah, I like the fact that you're telling us what the problem was. I think we all can relate to that. How you're going to solve it with, the app. I'd like to hear a little bit more about, the financial potential of that. I'd love to hear a little bit more about that.
Yeah, I think the app is a great idea. Maybe not for me because on one side of the closet, I've got black suits. On the other side, I have blue ones, but I understand the need for that. So good idea.
And also maybe just kind of like what it makes you different. I know there's a lot of applications out there similar to what you described, but what it makes you unique. So think about that.
I'm just happy you guys are wearing ties. I haven't worn a tie in 3 years, so. How about Zoto Post user generated marketing for restaurants? Yes, sir.
Who loves a good restaurant? Oh, of course, pizza, sushi, tacos, fine dining. I'm so hungry. Restaurants are so great, but you know what's not great about restaurants? Their marketing. And you can't blame the owners. They're overwhelmed. They're overworked. They have so much on their plate, and marketing is expensive and complicated. What if we can completely automate the marketing for every restaurant, them and including the 600,000 restaurants all across the country? My name is 𝐋𝐄𝐀𝐑𝐍, and I have a background in culinary as well as digital marketing. And I want to introduce Zoto Post. Zoto Post is the first mobile app that is designed to curate contests for user-generated content with photo and video. It's a lot of words, but what we do is create those contests to promote loyalty, and we promote loyalty and with minimal admin work. We generate revenue with every prize that's redeemed, and we use the patrons to actually do a lot of the work for us. So customers say that 90% of customers say that they would actually trust a content generated by their peers rather than the brands themselves. So we're piloting this with 10 customers, 10 restaurants this December. And if you know a great restaurant, please introduce us. Thank you.
Very novel approach to, we all, we don't go anywhere to eat without Googling it first, but yeah, it's a good novel approach.
Yeah, I agree, James. I mean, I've got a lot of clients that are restaurant owners, and I think the last thing they want to worry about is putting time in to market themselves and things like that. So I think a great idea that you have on there. I like the fact you told us a little bit about how you're going to be earning money with the redemption on there. I wanted to see a little bit more about your competitors, to see if there's anything that you're doing different.
Yeah, congratulations. Good idea. And I think being in Rhode Island, you have a great opportunity. So congratulations.
Okay, how about Charlie Sugar House? I get that right?
When was the last time you went strawberry picking? Can't remember? Well, if you did, it was in the month of June, and you probably had to get on your hands and knees to pick them because that's the only way it's ever been done. I consider myself to be physically challenged, 300 pounds, 60 years old. My strawberry picking days are over, but I have a plan. Next year, I'm going to plant 25,000 strawberry plants. They're going to be day neutral strawberries, so they produce berries all summer long. They're going to be hydroponic in bags of coconut fiber, 4 feet off the ground. Everything I know, I learned on YouTube. This past year, I planted 1,000 strawberry plants hydroponically in bags of coconut fiber, 4 feet off the ground. I learned everything they don't teach you on YouTube. And come August, I was picking strawberries every day, standing up. There's nothing like a vine-ripe strawberry, sweet and juicy. Everybody's going to want to do it. but there isn't any hydroponic pick your own strawberry farms for at least 500 miles. So for a $50,000 investment, my first year, I anticipate $100,000. My second year, 10,000 annual expenses, $200,000. Thank you.
No, you know what, the passion shows through and great discussion of the economics too. Good idea.
I love it. Obviously a great passion there. And a definitely need, right? People, as they get older, they enjoy being able to, work with their hands, things like that, and extending that life. So I think it's a great idea. Thank you for sharing.
Amazing how you learn everything from YouTube. So congratulations.
All right, at this time, I've called everybody's name that I have. So if you're here to pitch and your name wasn't called, either I called it before you arrived or it wasn't on the list. So if there's anybody that would like to pitch, please speak up now. Wow. All right. So judges, I'm gonna dismiss everybody for 15 minutes thereabouts, and we're gonna tabulate the results. And we're gonna come back and we're gonna announce the winners. And I believe we have 3 prizes worth $1,000 in total. And so we look forward to seeing everybody back here within 15 minutes. I'll just use the microphone. Hit the gong. And there are cats like right here getting mad. All right, so we got everybody. Just checking. We got everybody. All right, so I just want to thank all the presenters this evening. This is really tough to come up in front of a room full of people and pitch your ideas. I think everybody did a wonderful job. So let's have a hand of applause for everybody. On top of that, I'd like to thank our judges, Brian Sparrow, Alex Perry, Doris Blanchard. That was amazing feedback you gave tonight. I understand that Doris, you'd like to say a few words. Putting you on the spot. Okay, come on. Yeah.
For the opportunity. So I just wanted to congratulate everyone again. So as you know, I work for the Rhode Island Commerce Corporation. I am the director of small businesses. So I just wanted to offer you, if you're interested to learn more about the programs that we offer to entrepreneurs, and it doesn't matter where stage you are, we have what is called the innovation vouchers, up to $50,000. So if you are in the stage of testing, that's why a lot of the questions that I asked you was about you testing your prototype. You know, if you're working with a university, please, reach out to us. I have a few business cards, but if not, you can, go to the website. You'll find my picture there. Send me an email. And I'll be happy to put you in contact with a person that it could help you and guide you on how to apply for the innovation voucher. It's very competitive, I had to say that, but it will give you an opportunity, to it's up to $50,000. So you had to, you had to apply for the innovation voucher. But I think you have great ideas. So I just want you to know that we can, provide you with that type of assistance. Also, if you're interested in, pitching and becoming a master, we can connect you. We have a lot of resources. We work with different organizations like the SBDC, to help you, and, practice is the key, right? So that's another program that we can put you in contact, and it's totally free. So thank you.
And thank you. I think you can go to Google and put Commerce RI in, because I think the website's probably commerceri.gov. Yeah, .org. Okay. All right. So again, thank you to the judges. Thank you to our sponsors, who without them, we wouldn't be able to have the competition. And so at this time, we're going to announce the winners. We have three winners tonight, first, second, third. So $200 for the third place winner, $300 to the second place winner, and $500 to the first place winner. And we run a tight ship here, so I've audited the results. So, and of course you wrote it on the back, so I'm okay. Coming in third, our third place winner with the $200 prize, the Lap Snap. And our second place winner, a $300 prize, Inter-Eye. And our first place winner taking home the $500 prize is World Rule Learning Lab. So if the winners could see me afterwards, I have your checks. We just need to do some paperwork. Everybody else, thank you for your time and attention. Beth, do you have anything to add? Okay, so I will interpret that. So as you know, this is independent of the competition, but the competition begins. We have a series of workshops beginning in January. So please look at our website, ri-biz.com. See, I got that. No, I got it wrong. No, it's ri-biz.com. So look at our website. We've got some workshops coming up beginning in January, live workshops. Again, it's so great to be back in person. And we look forward to seeing everybody at those workshops and participating in the competition. Yes. Thank you. Center for Women in Enterprise, CWE. And Venture Cafe, our host this evening. So we thank them as well and look forward to seeing everybody at and our social media team from Bryant. How can I forget? I'm a Bryant grad twice. So thank you to our Bryant social media team that's been tweeting and doing all the fun social media stuff to get the word out. But if not, we look forward to seeing everybody at one of our workshops and hopefully at our award ceremony in early May, where we will announce the winner of the 2023 Rhode Island Business Competition. Thank you for your time and attention.